So let's try to understand the EMR, right? What is this EMR? So AWS is a cloud computing platform. It has 200 plus services. One service among those 200 plus is Amazon EMR, Elastic Map Reduce. Okay, EMR. Okay, Elastic Map Reduce. What is its job, right? See, for your Hadoop framework, you have to do in your Windows machine, you have to do lot of hardware configuration, you have to do lot of setup. You have to set the class path, you have to install all the map, you have to install the HDFS, right? You have to install the yarn. All these have to be installed and taken care. You should have good hardware, only then you can execute. First install a map reduce. It's a very complex and challenging path. Generally, cloud providers like AWS, Azure or GCP, they give us everything ready made. I think you might have studied about SaaS, IaaS, right? Platform as a service. Okay, so software as a service. So this EMR, right, it's a software application built. You just have to use it and execute your program. You will need not worry about any writing of the, you will only write the code. So it gives you the platform where you can write the code, right? Load the input. What is my process in Hadoop or in big data? My job is to give the input, give the program. These two you give. That where do I execute? The computation I need not take care, the storage I need not take care, the installation part of that particular Hadoop framework I need not take care. It's already installed. Software is already installed in that, right? So EMR is one service among those 200 plus services which provides a platform, a software where I can directly give my input, give my algorithm and ask it to execute, give me the output. Okay, right? So Amazon EMR is a big data processing service, okay, that accelerates analytics workload with unmatched flexibility and scale up. Okay, so with using EMR I can run Spark, Flink, Hive, everything I can do it. Okay, by cutting the cost and processing the processing times, means with very less time and with very less cost I can get the output. Okay, so this EMR easily integrates with other AWS services. Okay, what all you want to do with integrating with other services is very easy, right? So EMR is one feature, we see that. So with EMR you can set up a cluster, means that cluster, master node, slave nodes, we are talking about this, right? Setting up this cluster is very easy, just within a minute. In few minutes you can create a cluster. Okay, so what happens? The EMR workflow has three phases: plan and configure, then manage and then clean up. What is this plan and configure? Plan the storage, how much storage you want, that store the data. Okay, choose the big data frameworks like Spark, Hadoop, right, Pig, which one you want to execute. Develop the apps and scripts, means write the program. You develop that particular program. Select the hardware, select the networking, configure the security, launch the cluster. So to create a cluster of machines, right, I should first decide how much storage is required for this cluster. Then which big data framework am I going to execute, that I have to select. I will show you all these steps practically, right? Then you select the hardware capacity, then you select the network, then you configure the security, then launch the cluster. Once the cluster is created, then you will connect through the command line interface, that cluster you will connect it, you will submit the work, means you will give the program. Okay, you will submit the work. What is the input for me? I have to give the data plus the algorithm or the program. These two I will submit. Then it will give the results. It will give us the results. And you can monitor, do the troubleshooting, scaling up of the results if you want, you can do that. Once your job is done, once you see the results, then the third step is to terminate the cluster. So when you created this cluster, now we have to delete this cluster because our job is done. We got the output, right? So these things are mandatory. If you see, right, submit work and review results, terminate and delete. These are mandatory things what we have. Okay, right? So this is the workflow of Amazon EMR. So again, life cycle, if you see, launch the cluster starting, then run bootstrap actions. If it is successful, run it will go into running status. Then we can give our input, user add steps, you can give the steps and wait for the instructions. If it is successful, we terminate and come out, right? So this flow I will just show you, diagrammatically you may not understand it. Once you see practically, you will get an idea. Next, so EMR is one component among those 200 plus services. First one is EMR, second one is S3 bucket. You might have heard it multiple times, right? S3 is a data store. It's a data store where I can store any kind of data, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, any kind of data can be stored in S3. S3 is like your storage, your laptop storage. You can store a video, you can store a file, you can store a PDF, you can store a image, right? You can store anything in that. So S3, Amazon S3 is one storage facility provided by AWS to store all your data. Where is my data here in Hadoop and big data? Where do I store? See, data plus program. This is my input for the big data for processing it. So this data I will be storing in S3. Okay, we will be storing all our input data and the output data generated in the S3 bucket. Okay, so S3 bucket is a very powerful service what we have. You can store any kind of data. Store your data there in S3 bucket, store it, play with that, and then store the output back there. Okay, again S3 bucket, S3 concept is very very huge. For us, our job is only to store the data. Okay, that input, that big data I will be storing in my S3 bucket. Then using EMR I will execute the program and get the output. You can do lot of things by storing in S3. See, you can do analytics, you can run machine learning, you can do AI part, all that can be done by storing the data. See, S3 you can store pictures and videos, you can store log files, you can store analytical data, you can store the backup, everything can be done in S3. Powerful tool what we have in AWS. Okay, so again this is all about S3 bucket. We will not focus more on that. Let's move for the practical part. Let's try to understand how we are going to do the execution. How do we do the map reduce using EMR? Okay. If you want to create an AWS account, you have to just give AWS console and login. You have to type this AWS console login. You get to this first link, you will get it, manage AWS resources. You can go here and you can create account. Here you can, because already I am logged in here, you can create an account using this here. You can create an account in this. Once you create an account, you will be seeing this as the home page. You see, I am logging here. I have some account ID, and this is the AWS screen. It looks like. Okay, I'll just take you to the services. See, I told you this is most powerful tool. This is our future. Everyone who is attending this session, if you are working in an IT company, by 2030, you will be definitely using AWS or Azure for even some small task at least. Okay, so what are the services? So these are the so many services available, right? So compute, all that computation related will be here. Containers, storage, you see storage part, S3 bucket. Database tables if you want to have, right? Networking related, developer tools, right? Blockchain platform we have, even we have platform for quantum computing. See, Amazon bracket. People are talking about quantum today. They want to execute some programs, algorithms in quantum platform. We do not have that platform, right? You can use this AWS quantum platform, right? Security related, machine learning. See, SageMaker. Today, students complain, or people complain, I do not have a GPU. Google Colab is not supporting such much. It is taking 3 days for me to execute a model, 4 days for me to execute a model. You create an AWS account. You do this here, whatever time it want. You decide how much RAM you want, how much storage you want. It will do that for you in very, very, very less cost. Very, very less cost. I'll just show you. I should not show this, but do not know my personal mail ID. If I just show you, see, I did some transaction. I don't know whether it is visible or not. See, for 1 month, March month, I did some transactions, 3.42 rental I got. I had to pay 3 rupees 42 paise. I had a lot of transactions. We don't do anything in the local machines or Google Colab. We do everything in the AWS. It is why it is so cheaper, you see, very, very cheap for us at our level if you are doing small experiments. Okay, so these are the different, you see, there are a lot of features in machine learning, right? For analytics we have so many things, so all these things. Now where is this EMR? Let's go and talk about S3 bucket first. Again I go back to my slide here. See, my job is to store the data. First step, in where I have to store the data, in S3 bucket. Okay, what is my data? I am doing small word counting example. Let's do this word counting example. Okay, I want to count the words. I want to do that. Then second one, I have to create a cluster. Cluster setup I have to do. After I set up the cluster, right, then I have to give my program. That is data plus the program we have to give, right? You have to give the program and submit. Once you give the program and submit, it will show the output. It will show me the output. I can store the output back in the S3 bucket. Wherever there is an input folder which contains the data, in the same place I will have an output folder which will contain my output data. When I am talking about the word counting example, which you have been seeing already, given some text, it will count the number of times each word has appeared in that using the map reduce, right? So where do I create a cluster? In EMR. Okay, and this programming in the map reduce CLI command line interface, I will be giving the program. Once I give the program, it will be executed and it will give me the output back in the S3 bucket. This is the flow what we are going to do. So let's go and understand about or let's create an account in the S3 bucket. Not account, bucket. Bucket is a kind of a storage. You know, normally understand bucket. In bucket we can put everything. You want to store clothes, you want to put some rice, you want to store some mud, you want to carry some water, anything can be carried out. So we go to S3. Once I click on S3, see, in serverless or cloud we need good internet facility itself. Internet is very much required. Okay, see, I have so many here buckets already because I have been playing around these things. So I will create a new bucket for you, right? S3, you see, you can see an option here, create bucket. So click on this create bucket. We have to give some name. So let me give VNR Hadoop demo. Okay, so I have created a bucket name, and then all these default permissions will be there. You need not do anything. You just click on create bucket. Based on the internet speed, this will be done. You should have very, very good internet. See, the bucket is created. Successfully created the bucket VNR Hadoop demo. Okay, next. So you can see here, you can see the time 11:49 AM it has been created. I will click on this bucket. Yeah, now I can upload all my content. You want to upload image, you want to upload text file, you want to upload whatever you want to store, you can upload it here. So what is my approach here? I am going to upload one text file. I am going to upload one text file which contains the what we say, some text is there. I want to count the number of words in that. Okay, so let us go and upload. For uploading, I can click on add files. So I think somewhere in downloads I have one text file. Sorry. Yeah, input. Okay, let me open and show that to you. See, input has come. I will click on upload here. It is uploading. You can see here. See, up successfully uploaded. So input.txt is uploaded into the S3 bucket. So for my programming part, sorry, the input is this. I have some simple text here. Okay, the worthy about some text I got from internet. I have it here. So about is repeated, this one is repeated, rock is repeated, and is repeated, right? So th is repeated. We have some small. I'm showing a demo to you. So this is my input text with us. Now I have uploaded that into the S3 bucket. This is done. Now what is the second task? I just go to bucket. I can see there is VNR Hadoop demo which contains the input text. I have loaded my, again, this way you have to upload your data here. Now after this S3 bucket, I have to go to my what we say cluster. I have to create the cluster. So for this, I again go back to home page. You can go and click here, search for EMR. If you search for EMR, it will show you, see, managed Hadoop framework, EMR. Okay, so if you click on this, you can go to that. Since I have already opened it, I can see it here in my recently visited. So you get a page like this. Okay, you have a page like this, right? Now we have to create a new cluster. We have to create a new cluster. So create cluster. This process is very important. Creating a cluster. See, all that what we have been talking can be visible here, right? So I have to give some cluster name. Again, I will give some VNR cluster. Some naming we have to give here, right? So which EMR release? This is the most advantage, biggest advantage of AWS. It supports lot of little about serverless. If I talk and then come back here, right? We are talking about serverless computing today. Under cloud computing, we are talking about serverless computing. What is the serverless? Means I need not manage this server as a developer. Cloud provider will take care. Suppose you are executing some ML algorithm. You from internet you have downloaded a program, a ML program you have downloaded. Okay, you have an ML program with you. You have downloaded from internet. This was written using Python 2.7.1 Python version. In your laptop, you have installed a latest Python, maybe that is 3.1.1. Let's say you have installed this version. When you bring this internet code of an older version and execute here, will it execute in this? It will throw some error saying that some packages are not valid now, they have been removed. Some kind of error will definitely come if you are executing a older version into a latest version. What is the solution for this? Either modify this program. Modify program is one step. Either modify the program in this version 2.7.1 to 3.1.1, or second one, you uninstall 3.1.1 and install the required one 2.7.1, which is both of them are challenging task. Why? Modifying a program, if it's a very big program, it will take so much of time. Installing is a challenging task. For that reason, one solution is serverless. You need not worry about the version. Whichever Python version you want to write a Python program, you want to execute a machine learning code, you need not worry about the version. In serverless platform, you can choose any version you want, execute your program, get the output, store it in the S3 bucket, right? That is the most powerful point what we have about cloud platforms, especially about Azure and AWS, right? So this is about EMR. I will just show you the proof. Let me open that again in another tab. Here, if you go to all services, in compute we have something called Lambda. This is the most powerful serverless what we have here. See, create a function. I am trying to write a program here, machine learning or any program. I will give some test demo program. See which language you want. Otherwise, if you want to choose a language, you have to install everything in your laptop machine or desktop machine. See here, you want .NET, you want Java, you want Node.js, Python, Ruby, C, C++, which one you want, you select it. Okay, I want to do Python programming. Here, if you want to do Python, it is 3.13. You want other versions of Python? See, 3.12, 11, 10, 39, all other versions are available here. Okay, so you need not worry about the version. Java 11 is there, Java 17 is there, Java 8 is there. Like this, you have different versions. Cloud will provide that. That's why we are talking about serverless today, right? Otherwise, what is the problem? You have to reinstall again, you have to do that changes. It's all headache. Suppose you want to write a .NET program also, Java program also, Python program also, you have to install everything in your system. That installation will take so much of time. Path setting you have to do for Java. Installation, downloading, it will utilize your RAM, your hard disk will be occupied. All that problem, only one solution, that is cloud. See, everything is available. You want to write, see, I want to write Python program. Just go here, create function. Normal programming also, if you do, that can be done in AWS. See, everything has come. You have to write your code here. Here you have to write print, you can write, sorry, hello, welcome. That's it. Your Python programming statements, you write it here. After to do implement part, you can write your code here. You can go deploy, you can go and test, you can do the deployment, it will deploy it, see, updating deployed. You can go and test it, it will ask the test event, dummy, save. I can go and give some input. What input you want to give for this program, you can give that input. For now, I don't have any input, I will delete this, no input for me. And then you can go and invoke. It will execute this program and you can see the output of that. After invocation, it will show you, see, succeeded. It is giving the output hello from lambda, right? Whatever no, that is executing a success, we got the output because it has been executed. I did not give any input generally, so it is not giving us this way. This is just to show you that cloud is the ultimate solution for everything. What all challenges everybody is facing, AWS, Azure, they are all catching our problem, giving a solution to us, right? So go back to here, see, this is which EMR release you want, older one, whichever version you want, it is available. Okay, so I am using the latest one. Now you see which application, Spark or Hadoop or Flink, HBase, Trino, which one you want. Anything you can choose. Otherwise, in your laptop to execute a Hadoop program, you will take 1-2 days. By scratching your head, you will not understand what setup to do. That whole setup is done and our business is made easy here in this platform. Okay. Next, I'll select Spark. Then I'll go here, cluster instant groups. This is all default thing. EC2 instance. This all again default thing. We will not change anything. See, size 15 GB, right? Number of transaction 3000, throughput 125 MB per second. This, if you want, adjust this. Suppose your data is very large, you can increase your size, you can increase your number of transactions, you can increase your throughput. I am not touching because I am having very small data. This is what we are doing. I talked about that. No, you can go and do that. See, select the hardware. Okay, choose the big data framework. I have done it. I have chosen Spark framework. Then you have to talk about the how much resources are required for you. That I have defaultly have given. Right? I want to create a cluster manually. Okay, I am creating a cluster manually. I want to create a cluster. Okay, next. This is all fine. Yeah, here we have to give one EC2 key pair. Okay, why EC2? Because I want to connect to VPN. In the sense, see, we are going to use CLI, command line interface, from my laptop to connect to AWS in the internet. I need to connect it through SSH, secure connection. I want to have it. For that, we have to give this EC2 key value pair. Okay, elastic compute, EC2 means elastic compute cloud. This is one of the services. So I have to definitely give one EC2 key pair. Okay, so for that we have to go here, create a key pair. It will take me to EC2. So we are renting some virtual server. Okay, so I will give this. I will give some key value pair, some name. Let's say test. Again, I will explain you what step I am doing here. I have selected the hardware here. I have not changed anything here. I have given the framework which I want to use. I have given a name for this while creating a cluster. Then I am giving one EC2 pair, key pair. What is this EC2 key pair? This AWS is an internet. I want to execute the Hadoop program from my local machine. I want to connect it through command line interface. For that, connecting my local device, my local machine, the system where I am using now, to this cluster in AWS, we need to connect it through security, through SSH. For that, I have to give one key value pair. So if you see, I am coming here, see which security mechanism I am using. The default is RSA. I am giving VNR key pair. Some name I am giving here. Then I am creating a key pair. Okay, that key pair is created. See, successfully created key pair. I will be using this VNR key pair in my local laptop or my local machine to connect to the cluster available in the AWS. Okay, which is based on RSA. Let's forget about this. Come here and you can browse that. See, it is showing here. If you can go and browse, it will show. Refresh this. See, it has created a key with some fingerprint ID, right? I have refreshed it, so I can see this. Select, choose this. So I have chosen a EC2 key pair. Okay, next, along with that, I also have to do some security permissions. For that, I'll go to EC2. See, you have created a security mechanism here, right? Now in EC2, I have to go here and create a security group for my Elastic Map Reduce. I'll come back to that. Okay, so this is done. IAM role, service role, by default we can choose it. Now go and click on create cluster. Something IAM role is required. Do I have some IAM role? This one I will use. Profile, the default one I am using here. Create cluster. See, your cluster has been successfully created. Okay, let's go back and see, it is starting. Okay, now the cluster setup I have done here. What I am trying to do, I have chosen the framework, I have given the key value pair, I have chosen the security permissions, right? It is starting. It is actually creating a cluster. It will take little time. You can refresh here. Once the cluster is created, you will get a message that you can see that the cluster is being created. Okay, so it is executing. I'll refresh once again. It is starting yet. It takes some time to create the cluster. Okay, meanwhile we can go and create some security groups. Okay, so for this master only we have to create, right? Why security group? Connecting from my device to the Amazon. Okay, and I want to have the permission from the master. Again, I am going to go back here. See, here in this process, I am having a cluster. Where is this cluster? It is in AWS. And we know about MapReduce. There is a master. There are slaves. I want that master to be with me, control with me. I am the master now. I will give the demo, I will give the code, I will give the data. This cluster of these slaves will be in here, AWS. So from my master to connect the slaves in AWS, which the cluster which we are creating, we need to have some permissions to access that. We need to have some permissions. That permissions we are trying to create now. Okay. So some ping has come. Okay, no problem. Right, we are here. Yeah, so for the master I am trying to create some rules here. I'll show you what I am trying to do here. Right, edit. See, this is a master. Okay, this master I want to be the master. From where do you want to connect? From my local machine, from my laptop or my desktop. I am sitting in front of a desktop machine. For this machine I want to be a master, and the slave should be in AWS cluster. For that I have to set up something where I can access from my machine to that AWS. So I'll just go and edit the inbound rules. Already we have SSH connection and this is already there. So save. We need not do anything. I did not change anything here. Let's see, is the cluster created? Refresh. No, it is still creating. It takes a little time. Okay, so summarizing the process, we are creating a cluster, right? We are creating a cluster in AWS, right? In the cluster there should be a master node. I want to be the master node. My desktop machine is my master node. Okay, so what is job of master node? It gives the data, it gives the program that I want to give it from my local machine, and the execution I want to do it in the AWS, in the clusters. That cluster process, that hardware required, everything is done in AWS. Where is this data stored? It is also in S3 bucket. which is also inside AWS. So if you see the picture, here is the S3 bucket, here is the cluster, EMR cluster. This full is in AWS, Amazon Web Services. We have these two services, right? I am sitting here in my desktop machine. I am the master. Okay, so code is with me. So using CLI command line interface, I will be talking to this AWS. To talk to AWS from your local machine, you need to have SSH connections. For that, we are using EC2. It is related to security, which will give permissions to my local desktop to access the clusters available in the AWS. That setup I am doing. S3 I have loaded the data, cluster I am trying to create, then I will execute it from my command line interface. What command line interface? Putty is one terminal command line interface, putty. Using this, I will try to talk to the AWS cluster. Okay, so let's go and see, is it created? Let me refresh. No, 4 minutes, it's still creating. So we have the data in S3 bucket. We have made the security permissions, right? Let us wait for this cluster to be created. Just a second. It takes time, some 7-8 minutes it will take to create. Once it is created, then we can know what we say. We created key value pair. No, this also done. Security group is also done. For this master, we are trying to become a master. This master, what I have done here in the security groups, I went to the inbound rules. I have edited the inbound rules, and I am saying through SSH. See, through SSH, my IP, my local IP, I am giving and I am saving. Okay, already it is tagged to my IP address, my system IP address. If you see here, right, my desktop IP address is marked here. So now from my command line interface like putty, I will be giving the program and I will be giving the commands which will connect to the AWS cluster, execute the program there and give the output back to me. Okay, so we need the cluster to be created. Refresh. Yeah, it has come. So it has taken almost 6 minutes. It has ready to run steps. If you see here, it is ready to run the steps. Now I will go into the cluster. VNR cluster is the cluster name. See, it has created it. See, we have chosen EMR version, we have chosen Spark, right, and we have all these are included in that. Okay, you can see all that versions of what has been given. See, we have given the EC2 key pair as well, right? Service role has been given. Service role means permissions. Whether this account of Vinayaraj, this ID, is it having permission to access the cluster or not, that we are trying to give it here. Okay. Now after this, we have to go and connect to the primary node using SSH. Connect to the primary node using SSH. Okay. So what it says in Windows, if I see, I have to download the putty. So let me open the putty terminal. Simple. Again, I will repeat once again if you want. I have just created a cluster now. While creating cluster, it asks me so many things. Which framework you want? I gave Spark. How much RAM hard disk you want? I did not touch that because it is by default, right? That's it. Now I will go and open putty. Yeah, I have this putty with me. In putty, I have to see it gives the instructions very clearly here. See, download putty. In the categories, choose session. In this session, give the host name. This is the host name which I have to give. So from my local machine, I am trying to connect to the AWS. Then in the connection SSH, choose auth and open, right? Accept. Sorry, no authentication method. Okay, I have to give the authentication mechanism. Just a second. Puttygen. I have to use puttygen to get the access. Load. I have to select the key pair, VNR key pair, and save. Okay, again let me do that, just a second. Put a gen, load the existing VNR key pair which I have created, save. Yes, saved. Okay, so this I will name it as test Vinay. Oh, test VNR, let's give VNR, save. It is created, save. This already is saved with us. Now close this. Now go to putty. In this we have to give the connection, so I will give this Hadoop connection. It is giving us the instructions, so I will give it. Then it says go to SSH, click on auth, click on credentials. Here you choose that private key which we downloaded, test VNR. Okay, and open. See, I think this should be visible. If I can zoom it, no, I have to increase its size. Just a second. Somewhere edit. Appearance, font. Yeah, I want to make it some 20. Yes, see, this is my local machine, what we say, command and interface. From this I have connected to AWS. How? Using this VNR key pair. This is the EC2 key pair. If you see here, I'll just close this. In EC2 we have created a key pair, VNR key pair. Using this I have connected here. So this EC2 key pair is helping me to connect from my local machine to the AWS. Okay, I have connected. Now what I have to do? I have to see where is my data. Data is in S3 bucket. Okay. Now I have to give the input program. Right. So in Linux programming, generally we create VI, some program name I will give word count. I want to give Python programming. Okay, I want to write a Python programming. So this is how VI, I think you might have done. If you have done Linux or Unix programming, you might know about VI editor. We can write the programs here and save them, right? So I already have a written program, word count with me. Yes, let me open this. Okay, I will take this program, but we have to make some changes here. What is the change? I have to make here? See, where is my input file? It is not in Hadoop this location, right? It is somewhere else. So I have to give the input file location, this program. This is the auto-generated program. You can use some AI tool to generate the program. Ask it to give a Python program for doing word counting using Hadoop or Spark. It will give this automatic code generation, right? So I have to just give the S3 location. Where is my S3 bucket? I have to go to S3 bucket. Let me go back. S3. It is loading. Where is that? I created VNR Hadoop demo. Right. This is my file. So this file I have to copy its path. Right. If I just click. Yeah, see, this is the file S3 VNR Hadoop demo input text. That alone I have to change it here. Right, that's it. So this is my program. This I will take. It has the logic of counting. Okay, that I will try to give here in the Vim editor. Program has come. Escape shift WQ is the command in VI editor to save the program. Program is saved. If I just click, yes, I can see the program word count.py. Okay. Now, if you see till now what we have done, created a cluster in AWS using EMR, stored the data in S3 bucket. Where is my program? I have a program in my, this is my master. This is master account. What you are seeing is master account. From this, I am trying to give the command. Now, I will write the command to execute the what we say no this sorry this word count program I will execute. Data and cluster is in AWS. Okay, that locations I have given in this program. In word count.python program I have given where is my input and what all logic to do. It is taking care. Now I have to execute that. So for that I have to give spark hyphen submit. Then you go for word. What is my program name? Word count.py. Right, this is my program name. Then T, where you want to see the output. For the output I am using this, I want the output to be in output.text. Okay, I am trying to execute my program. Let's see what it says. I just click enter. I am trying to give spark submit is for executing the program. See, it is doing the part. I will go through the logs for you. See, it has given the output. You see here the output. The, worthy, about, of, had, placed, then, they, knew, the 3 times, and also might be there somewhere here, right? Everything has come as the output here. Okay, see, and is 2 times. So map reduce has been executed. Where did it execute? It executes from my main cluster. Everything is there in the AWS. From my master node, which is my local machine, I have given the command. I just gave the command here. Yeah, here spark submit is the command. Spark submit is the command to execute the programs in Spark framework. Okay, it gave me the output. Now I want to store this output back in the S3 bucket. I want to store this output back in the S3 bucket. You can see here how it is doing these logs. If you understand, you will understand what all things it is doing there, right? First it will try to access the resources, then it will try to access the security check. It will do security check whether this program has the access to that or not. Security manager will come into picture. After all that, we try to get the output. This output has come here because we have written that let the output be displayed here. Now from here I want to load that output back to the S3 bucket. I want my input and output to be in S3 bucket, right? So for that the command what we have is AWS. This is the proof that for the point which I am talking here, right here. From my master desktop machine I am connecting to AWS, executing a job there and coming back. I got my output back in my CLI command line interface, but that output I want to store back in S3 bucket so that my input and output are in S3 bucket. So for that we use the command AWS S3, copy the output from where from that output.txt, the one which is generated here. This I want to copy. Where you want to copy? Into S3 bucket. So I will give S3:/. Generally you might have seen in the program here. See, if you see here, see S3:/ for that bucket name and the file name. Same thing I will give here. In that I will give the bucket name. What is the bucket name? VNR Hadoop demo. So VNR Hadoop demo. In that I want to write the file in some folder. Let's say output folder, output. Okay. In this I want to store that. So just give this, it will copy. See, uploaded the output into VNR demo output folder. There is a file output.txt. Okay, from my local master I uploaded the output back to the S3 bucket. Now let's go to S3 bucket and check. Come to buckets. So I will just refresh it. We are having so many buckets here. So Hadoop VNR Hadoop demo is my bucket name. I'll come back here. I'll refresh this also. See, earlier we had only input.txt. Now we have output folder. Click on this output. See the output.txt. Refresh it once again. You can see the output. Okay. I'll just download that. Click on this. It will be downloaded. Sorry. We can download it. This one should come. Does not appear to have. Is it downloading? Output.txt? No. Permissions, key, source name, location. Just a second. Download. Okay, here I have the text file. See, download. See, I clicked on this down. Sorry, it is the download button here. We downloaded, we got that file. See, everything is there. The counting words in input.txt, it gave me the output here. So I have uploaded the output back into the S3 bucket, right? So the major task here is creating the cluster. That's it. And then connecting. Why I did this here? See, you may ask one question. Why the question here is why this part? Okay, why this command line interface? I made it my local machine. Can't we do that in AWS itself? We can do here also in AWS also. Okay, instead of creating a key value pair and connecting to SSH, no, instead of doing all this, why can't I have the command line interface? Let the master be in S3 itself. Let the master be here and execute from here. Can't we do that? We can also do that, right? So if I'll just go back to our cluster, yeah, this is my cluster, VNR cluster, right? It is active. I just click on that. See, clone in AWS CLI. I want to take this cluster. See, the problem with AWS is that you want to do these commands, you want to execute those commands. To give those commands, you have to clone this full cluster into command line interface, CLI. In this process, what I have explained till now to you, data is in S3 only in AWS, cluster is also in AWS only. I am having only a master in my command line interface, my local machine. But when you clone, no, this full will come here into command line. It means the master slave, everything comes to the CLI. So you have to just click here, this one, clone in AWS CLI. You will get this, close, copy the command and use it to the AWS CLI. Copy, we get CLI. Where is this? Steps, no, CLI. Just refresh. CLI. Let me go back here. I'll go back to the cluster. Event tag application. Add step. No, not this. Why is this CLI not coming? Clone, no, somewhere. Terminate. We have the option here where we can get a command line interface. Just a second. Connect. EC2. This is the one, but I do not know why it's not working. Clone. Where is this? It is working. CLI steps. SSH connection. No, not these things. I don't know why it's not working here, but it gives a command line interface for us where we can do the same thing what we have done in our local putty, right? All that can be done here. Okay, so we'll see that. I do not know why it's not coming, but generally it gives us, just go here. Yes, it will instant, see, it is connecting. From this command line interface you can do the same job. Okay, it is preparing a terminal window like putty only. Same thing, you have to give the commands and execute here, right? You just type ls, nothing is there. So you can create a program, word count .py. See, it has created the same command line. Same thing what we have done there can be done here. You need not do anything, any installations. So I'll just copy this program what we had here earlier, word count. I'll take this, paste it, paste, program has come. I'll do escape, shift WQ. I have saved the program now. Same thing, spark hyphen submit, word count pi. I want the output to be output 2.txt. Oh, spark not found. I think I have to create a connection here. Connection. No, it requires some setup. Let's go back to the console. But you can do this. I do not know why it is not showing here, but we have to connect that. It takes, but doing it in our local machine like we have done it here, it's much more easier compared to doing this here, because actually the point here is it will copy the whole thing, the whole cluster itself will come back to your CLI, that master and slave, everything with the CLI command line interface. So that becomes a challenging part. Okay, so that is about the demo. I'll summarize what we have done. We came into AWS, and that then we went to S3 bucket. In S3 bucket I have created a bucket. You can create a bucket here using the bucket button, create bucket. In the VNR Hadoop I have uploaded my file. What was that? Input.txt. You can click the upload button and upload any file you want. After uploading, we went back to our AWS services and we went to EMR, where I am creating a cluster. So by clicking on create cluster button, you can create a cluster will be created. While creating cluster, we are downloading EC2 key pair. Why EC2 key pair? That's a security permission or a connection key from my local machine to connect it to the AWS cluster. We are doing that as well, and then I am going to putty and I am writing a program, word count.py, and then I am giving the command, it is executing. After that I am copying that output AWS S3 copy output.txt into this location. With this command, it has loaded back the output what I have got. See, a simple map reduce program of word counting. So this is just to show you again the most advantage or the big thing what I am talking here is about AWS. Otherwise, see, setting up that cluster, creating cluster, setting up that cluster is a very, very challenging task if you are doing it in physical servers. But if you are using cloud, everything is ready made. It is taking time, some 6 to 10 minutes time is taking, but it is setting up a cluster for you. You just have to load your data, give the program, it will do the job for you in very, very less time, right? Elastic Map Reduce, EMR is, cloud itself is very trending now for everything. For blockchain, we are doing in cloud. We can do that in cloud. Let me take you to those services here. I will just go back to home page. This is EC2 S3. I'll just come back here. If you click on all services, see, I think somewhere you will have blockchain. See, for blockchain, you can create a ledger, all that you can do, all that blockchain thing, you can play it here. right? You want to play with IoT, you can do that here. You are connecting, see, people are talking about this now. If you read some research paper or some projects, if you see some IoT setup is there in the field or the water or somewhere in the location where they are actually doing the experiment. From there, using Raspberry Pi or some kit, the data is being pushed into the cloud. That comes here into AWS. If you are using AWS, you can do that here. You can use this AWS core, IoT core to actually do the connection with the, so whatever data that IoT sensors are generating, that can be pushed into S3 bucket, and you can set up that using this IoT core and all these different other things, right? You want to do visualization, you can go for QuickSight. Okay, you want to do play with machine learning, you can play with all these stuff here. I am not doing a promotion of this AWS, but it is the most powerful tool what we have. Every one of these people who are attending, who are going to do an IT job, you definitely have to learn AWS, right? All these services, how to do with, how to create a DynamoDB, how to build a front end. You are doing web technologies. You people say in resume they include web technologies. They add that, right? That web technology you are building, you are writing HTML, CSS, JavaScript code. You are writing there, building a front end. Where are you deploying it? It is there in your local machine. Put that in cloud. You can use this. You can use Amplify, you can use location service to upload that, and again you have to put that code in S3, use these services to play and execute your web technologies or your web applications. Like this, for everything you can use this. See, the quantum, whatever is coming new in the market, whatever challenge is having, cloud is having the solution. Among all the providers, AWS is having the most priority. So even for our Hadoop and big data, we have seen how we have utilized, instead of creating a cluster manually in my local machine, using a free account, AWS is providing me the whole setup. I just have to create a cluster and I have to write the code, I have to give the input data, it will execute, the big data processing will be done, and it will give me the output. I can store the output back in the AWS. Right. So, this is about the demo of Map Reduce using Amazon EMR.